funk, baby.
You ready?
Yes, you want this? Alright. I'm John,
I'm Josh.
and this is MGT Reviews, bringing you another epic review. And today we have on our show a very special guest, Vince.
Vaughn.
I prefer Diesel of any of the Vinces. Not Vaughn.
He's not
He's not Vince, he's Vin.
He's
Diesel.
Vin.
I can be called Vin too.
Never mind.
Go on.
He's so
Go
upset
on.
by his name. Anyhow, today we're going to be going over X-Men Days of Future Past, and we saw that a little while ago, but we're going to do the best that we can from memory and bring you as epic of a review as we can. Josh, why don't you give us the director?
The director is J.J. Abrams.
And of course, one of the main actors is Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and
All the actors don't matter.
yeah, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't really
Except
fade.
Michael Fassbender and stuff.
Except for
And
like all
Ellen
the other
Page.
Yeah, I gotta say though that they picked for this one and First Class, they picked some very excellent actors.
James McAvoy was Charles Xavier.
Yeah, I mean to actually have kind of like almost like a lookalike, like a younger
that
lookalike
was pretty impressive.
feature. They had some pretty younger versions of.
Yeah,
the
I hate old Magneto though. I'm just gonna say. He's just like, oh,
I can move a little bit of metal.
Alright, well, okay. What was the plot basically of the movie?
Well, there was the whole plot is based on
in the future, Sentinels take over
yeah,
and they kill off all the mutants.
Vince
And
Vaughn
so they have to
said-
go to the past, which in the comics was supposed to be Kitty Pryde, but they used Hugh Jackman instead because he's the high-billed actor.
Yeah, and he has a vein that runs across his chest.
Alright, well you know the comics, so do you think that Hugh Jackman did a good job as like a replacement instead of Kitty Pryde going in?
I mean, I guess it made sense. They just were like, he can heal, even though it's his brain going back in time. Like, what the hell? That doesn't make really much sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
Well, what do you think of like the action in it? Like
There wasn't enough action.
Yeah, there was not enough.
It seemed
action.
like it left you like parched for action.
Yeah.
I was like, there wasn't enough water action.
Yeah,
to
exactly.
quench my thirst.
I agree with that, and especially due to the fact that Wolverine didn't even have his, adamantium claws. I thought that was kind of disappointing.
Well, it's because Weapon X didn't happen yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, even so, you know what I mean. You think Wolverine, you think adamantium claws. You just think these things are gonna pop
Unless
out.
you're a comic book fan, you think Bone Claws first.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, in Origins too.
Yeah.
But okay. So do you think the plot was good or do you think it was predictable or
I think it was.
I mean, it was
pretty good.
predictable if you read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't really, I'm so biased, I can't really say it, so you guys would have to. because-
I mean, I really enjoyed the plot. I thought
Yeah.
they did a really good job of the flow of the movie and everything.
Definitely.
I mean, I didn't have a problem with there being a little less action. I mean, I like cool fights between like high-level characters and stuff. Okay.
It needs so much more.
The story was really good, really well done though. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, obviously every movie could use more action and stuff.
Yeah, the action definitely needed to change. It's because, anyhow, I think the action was very limited. But at the same time, I agree with Josh as well because the story was very well built. I mean, the whole past and future thing, I think that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if I wouldn't have known from the comics from you, I would have thought that they would have sent Wolverine back in time
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
his regenerative crap.
And due to the fact that they didn't have any action, and this great story, most of our viewers will probably find out that the whole movie is actually building up to a lot more opportunities for more movies.
Well, they completely redid everything with
Yeah.
how they. I don't want to spoil anything, but how they went back. And
I think
It
it's been
rewrites
out for a little
everything.
bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
okay, it rewrites everything basically. But how do you think it stood as an X-Men movie compared to all the other ones?
That's tough.
For me personally, I think First Class was one of the better movies. But like X-Men 2 was probably the best of all.
Yeah, Nightcrawler was probably my favorite
Yeah,
character.
it was well directed and stuff. X3 was kind of like,
It
That's
was
the one
okay.
everyone forgets about.
Yeah, everybody likes to just forget about it. But no, I agree with Vince. I like X2 because Nightcrawler was probably one of my favorites.
Origins was garbage.
It,
Yeah,
we never
Origins-
speak
the,
of
all the
Origins.
Wolverine movies, they weren't well directed. I don't know.
No.
I think that was a different director.
It
Yeah.
probably was. Well, it definitely was J.J. Abrams.
It wasn't.
No.
Because they were like the return of J.J. Abrams. So
Yeah.
obviously it wasn't.
Yeah. So I mean, the whole point of the thing was, sorry, mic issues. The whole point that I thought was that this was just an open book now, you know, clean slate for them to start over, and but I like this one probably the best of all of them so far.
Yeah.
Besides,
Best story, I think.
Yeah.
At least.
Well, going by how they're doing this, from first class they did 60s and then they did 70s with Days of Future Past. Now the next one's 80s.
Oh, okay.
If they're going in order, that's what it's supposed to be. That's
So is that when he woke
that's
up?
when it was
in
teased at the
80s?
end after credits. Is now it's going to be the 80s.
Is that when he woke up then in the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Because Jean Grey was back.
Okay.
Because she never like dies in the comics ever. Because since Jean Grey got introduced in the Apocalypse series, she was in it, and they have to have her in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
how they just kind of said, "Oh, she's back," because he rewrote history.
So when he wakes up, you know, because he still has that white in his hair, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
he's a little older.
he like snaps back to 50 years into the future again, correct?
Mhm.
So-
Yeah, he goes to the future, but they're gonna tell the story from 80s.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the ending was still 50 years in the future, but you're saying the
Yeah.
next one will be
The next
back.
one, because they even knowing on casting, Channing Tatum just got casted as Gambit for a standalone film and for that for Apocalypse. I don't think they're gonna do the standalone.
Wait, he's gonna be Apocalypse?
he's gonna be in the Apocalypse.
Oh, okay. That's
Yeah.
Gambit. Okay.
Yeah. And since they cast him, everyone's kind of like, okay, it's gonna be like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, since Wolverine Origins didn't go over so well, and everybody liked it, not many people will notice the character change.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
that'll be okay.
You don't even remember who that guy was.
no, I don't remember.
Who Gambit?
Yeah.
He
Because
was
you-
played by Taylor Kitsch from
Okay, well,
Twilight.
he's okay.
Yeah,
he remembers who he was. I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
I care a lot.
All right. Well, what do you think of like the visuals and the CGI in the movie? I like the Sentinels. They look
Oh yeah, they did an awesome job with that, especially with
Is that how they're depicted like in the comics?
But it didn't bother me though.
Yeah.
that was
I mean,
liked,
modern, I didn't care.
yeah, I liked what was her name, Blink.
Yeah, the Asian one.
Yeah, the one where she can send people through another portal to send.
Yeah.
send
I had a hard
them
time following him, like trying to.
Yeah,
watch
yeah,
it.
it was
It
cool
was
though.
They
through.
made some pretty
Yeah.
cool things.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and then the costumes I thought were pretty cool.
What's the ice guy's name?
Ice
Ice
Man.
Ice Man.
Iceman. That's it.
Literally.
What's his real name?
Bobby Drake.
Bobby. That's right. Okay. Yeah, he sucked.
Bobby.
He got killed like right away.
Alright, did his head get cut off?
He got
Yeah.
blasted, like it cracked because he got.
Because
frozen.
when I
I thought
watched
they
it,
grabbed it and they
when I
squished it
watched
off.
it in theaters the week after, they edited that scene.
Really,
It wasn't in it anymore. When his head got like chopped off.
Huh.
It was
I
not
thought
in
it like got broke because he got turned to ice from
Yeah,
the
it's just-
Sentinel absorbing his power.
Yeah, well, he was turning ice.
Remember,
and then
because
they
he's like
grabbed his
heating
neck.
him up. They're like heating him up, and he's kind of going like this. But I remember when I first saw it, I was like, wait, because they had his head chopped off. It did not happen again.
Wow, they must have edited it.
Yeah,
Wow, that's.
I was like, oh.
They're already editing stuff.
They're already editing stuff. I was like, that's
Wow.
weird.
Last minute changes.
I guess so.
So, what do you like?
Colossus was cool.
Yeah.
Colossus. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, he barely fought. Every time he punched, he got decked. That kind of pissed me off.
It is true though. But it was because the Sentinels were so advanced and
I know.
copying his powers. So he was just like boom, boom.
any like standout performances you think? I mean,
Magneto.
I think
Always Magneto.
I think they all play really good in their part.
Yeah, Hugh
Oh, yeah.
Jackman, it just doesn't accept
Well, I mean, he looked. I just feel like when I think of Wolverine, I
I think
automatically
Hugh
think Hugh Jackman.
He's now like stuck with that stigma, I guess,
Oh
for his
yeah,
life.
absolutely.
I mean,
And
you can tell
think
he's getting
loving it.
older.
He's only doing one more movie and he's done.
Yeah,
Wow.
that sucks. But I mean,
But still, I mean, I think
I can't imagine another actor as
I know it's gonna be hard.
It is kind of weird.
But all of those guys, like they fit their role, like the main ones that I can
Yeah.
think of, like Xavier.
I mean, the thing that makes me wonder about all these movies so far with X-Men is that, like, back in X1, like, Wolverine runs into Sabretooth how many times, and Sabretooth is supposedly Wolverine's brother, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
Because, I
The
mean, like,
movies are just like.
so, I mean, like, the first
Yeah.
one,
I mean, his name's Victor Creed and Hugh Jackman. No, Wolverine is James Howlett. So I don't think they're brothers, man.
Oh, okay. I thought
I think they just grew up together. Kind of.
Yeah, and that like it was like a foster home thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the origin.
So they were foster brothers.
Yeah,
Basically.
pretty
Okay.
much. Because had that same weird bone thing.
Yeah, they both had like
Well, he had
this-
fingernails.
His were more his were fingernails.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing of it is, I just thought it was weird because, you know, Sabretooth, like, doesn't talk to him like he does in, like, say, Wolverine Origins. We all agree that that movie sucked, but still. It kinda,
Really,
like,
the only reason it sucked was because they ruined this guy.
Yeah,
And that was
they
why
did
everyone
ruin
hated it.
Deadpool. And Deadpool is probably one of the
He's one
best
of the
characters.
funniest, best characters. In
Yes.
all
He
of
sewed his
Marvel.
mouth shut.
They
Yeah.
sewed his mouth shut.
Yes. They even had Ryan
the
Reynolds
merc with
playing
the
as
mouth.
him.
Ryan Reynolds actually said he wanted to play him, and I was super psyched. Because
Yeah.
in one of the comic books, Deadpool, he breaks the fourth wall, so that means he talks to the audience.
Yeah.
And in one of the books, he said, "I look like Ryan Reynolds mixed with a Sharpay." So that was perfect. That wasn't even
Yes.
Wow.
scripted. That was just, it happened. So
Wow.
it's like he's supposed to play him.
Yeah.
And really the only good part was when he was doing the elevator scene.
Yeah.
And then he like just came out and he's like, "Okay, guys are dead in here."
Yeah.
Like that was just great. And then it just went to shit after that. There was nothing good.
It just went.
It didn't
just
matter.
went for a nice
All right,
little
well-
set.
Let's go back to
Yeah, Days of Future Past. See,
Yeah.
we
Sorry about
Days
that.
of Future Past.
Yeah, sorry about that, folks.
So, what was your favorite parts?
Boy, it was
Alright,
actually
alright.
really tough. Go ahead.
All right. For some reason, I just really liked when they were in the past and Magneto just took the whole stadium and just like carried
was
it
a pretty
over
epic part.
to the freaking White House. Just
Yeah.
like, whoop.
Yeah, I
in the middle.
know. Nothing's gonna get here.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know what he was gonna do with it at first. I was like, why is he taking this?
I know. I'm like, this is overkill.
That was funny.
I think the part where what's the fast guy's name?
Quicksilver.
Quicksilver.
that-
When he was doing
I
it in that room, in that kitchen,
yeah.
he was making everybody
They-
just poke each other and slap each other.
It was interesting how they played him. I have the feeling Avengers is gonna do a completely.
It's already different.
Yeah.
Set photos and stuff is completely different.
Yeah.
The problem is that 20th Century Fox and Marvel have joint custody of them, basically. So Marvel's like, we'll take this part of him, but you can have this part. So they never
Dude,
said
it's
his
like Valley
name.
for kids.
Yeah, they didn't say like his last name. They just kept saying Peter, even though it's Pietro. It's Pietro Maximoff, and they're twins, Wanda and Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They're Magneto's kids.
They're Magneto's kids.
Both of them. And that's why in the movie, if you go back and you watch it, Quicksilver's like, "Hey, my mom knew a guy that controlled the magnets or something." Yeah.
Oh, I actually never paid attention.
And that's why
I wouldn't have gotten
No,
that.
and that's why it sets up for Apocalypse because Magneto and stuff. They're gonna start the Brotherhood again, which the Brotherhood was like him, Mystique.
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah.
And then Quicksilver's gonna come back and be part of the Brotherhood.
Oh,
I really liked how they played it though.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then if you notice, he was actually holding his sister. She was younger.
I didn't pay attention to
Little
that.
Easter
Well,
eggs.
I mean,
there.
Yeah, well-
that's my job.
Yeah, well,
I have
you're
to.
really good at catching that.
Yeah, I
stuff.
like that. Well, what's the rating, guys? As we wrap up here.
I really liked it. I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5.
Good.
I can never go perfect on him, so like 4.
I think I'm gonna have to go with a 5 on this one.
Really? Perfect for
I
you?
know it's a stretch, and I know it's kind of
I mean, they did do it really
it's
well.
fine. But yeah, I mean, I think it was a very epic movie. I loved it.
Well, that's sweet.
Yeah, it was a pretty sweet movie.
Actually, like, when we were talking about the best parts, I thought the best part was when Magneto, he controls that bullet all the way as it gets shot, and then it goes right into Mystique's leg.
Oh, yeah.
So then he can
Yeah.
grab her and move her around and stuff. 'cause
Yeah,
that's
that
metal.
was pretty cool.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
I can't imagine.
I
Yeah, that
know.
would hurt.
It was very cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Any other points, guys?
Before you want to talk about the end credits?
All right, so me and John didn't stay for the end credits. I know what happened though because I looked it up, and obviously.
I did. Guilty as charged twice.
All right, so we'll explain a little bit about it. What happened?
Basically, we hear chanting in Sabin Sur, which in the comic books is the name of Apocalypse. And they show this kid, which looked really shitty by the way, and hopefully doesn't end up like that. And he's just like a kid, and he's supposed to have like this purple mouth. He didn't have that either. But anyway, he's putting pyramids together and stuff, and anyone that reads the comics, like, he becomes a god to these people. And in the background, you see 4 horsemen, which the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse in the comics were war, death, famine, and pestilence. So that means they're going to definitely be in this film. And anyone that's a fan of X-Men is super psyched about this because we've always wanted to see this. And that's why it's going to be set in the 80s. And so I'm saying right now, they're gonna just for once give them their goofy ass costumes that they had because it's the 80s. The 80s you can get away with things, parachute pants. They will probably give like Wolverine that head mask and stuff,
Oh my goodness.
and we'll finally see like Hugh Jackman fully dressed as Wolverine, and that'll be just great. I wouldn't mind at all. I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. Sorry, our cat is bothering us again.
Yeah. So basically, tell us your favorite parts of the movie if you liked it. Comment, rate, subscribe. We'll bring you more reviews. Thanks for watching.
Stay tuned.